If you could give all your money away right now, where would you put it and why?
Well, I would probably put it into two different causes. One would be children's medical issues. I think that I have a personal connection, and one of my kids has a serious medical challenge, and so that's been one that's hit close to home. And so, I think that all kids deserve a shot, and it just seems, so unfair. It's unfair for an adult to get something at an early age, but certainly for a kid to be challenged with something serious, to me, that's a primary motivation. And then the second thing would be, some of the stuff we're actually doing now in helping to bring back the Midwestern cities like Detroit and Cleveland, and working with the community and education and the city, and being able to attract business and commerce there, sort of working that social entrepreneurship together in those two fronts.
And talk a little bit about your passion for Detroit. Why, a lot of people wrote that city off. A lot of people have written off the American Midwest for the better part of 40 years, and yet we're starting to see some green shoots out there. Can you talk a little bit about why you're interested in doing so much out there, and what you think might happen?
Yeah, I was born in Detroit. I was raised in Detroit. My father was born in Detroit. My grandfather was born in Detroit, and they were both small businessmen who had small businesses in the city. So I became very familiar with the city. It's sort of in my DNA. And I grew my company initially for the first 25 years. We're 27 years old, the flagship company. But for 25 years, we were in the suburbs of Detroit. And then we had a big decision to make a couple years ago, and we decided, look, the city is in great need of business, in great need of technology companies and web-related companies and 2.0 companies, as we like to call them. And we said we have a real chance here to impact not only the city, but the region itself. And Detroit's a great city. I mean, it's got a lot of hardworking people. The Midwest, with the work ethic that's there, as well as, there's an education system there that's great too. And we were losing a ton of our young wealth creators of the future: University of Michigan, Michigan State University, Wayne State University, and others, to the Bostons, New York, Chicago's, because that's where people coming out of these universities, that's where kids coming out these days want to be. They want to be in an exciting urban core. So, we said, well, let's be part of changing that urban core, making it very exciting, making it where it's attractive to young people to want to work and be entrepreneurs and start their companies, so they can stay at home and not lose them to other cities. So there's this sort of altruistic side. You want to see Detroit come back in general, and you care about your city and where you're from and your roots are from. On the other hand, if we want to keep attracting great, talented people into our businesses and companies, we'd have to impact that urban experience. And so both reasons are very important for us, and we decided to make the move.
Are you hopeful for the city? And it is by no stretch of the imagination even close to out of the woods. There's been very tough times. What makes you hopeful?
Well, it hit bottom. I mean, it did hit bottom, and it's hitting, but it definitely hit bottom probably 2, 3, 4 years ago with the auto company bankruptcies, and that was looming for a long period of time, so that had to happen. There's still some stuff on the city side and financially that we're hitting bottom on that portion of it, but overall, I'd say the city hit bottom. Even the unemployment numbers were much higher about 2, 3, 4 years ago, and so now it's on its way up. But it's not just on its way up with the automobile business coming back, which it is. It's on its way back because there's a real renewed entrepreneurial spirit there. There's 40 different companies that have moved down in just the last 2 years alone, including startups, all in new wave, new age, 2.0 technology-related businesses. And we moved 6,000 people down ourselves. Several other companies have moved several thousand people down, and then we're getting the little entrepreneurial startups. So I think that 5, 10 years from now, the cover of Forbes magazine, the city is going to be the story. I think Detroit will be one of the big stories of this country.